Let me show you what I have here. I had issues with the aqua hot burner. I was 7 months ago, a year ago. I mean, the last winter wasn't that bad, so I kind of survived what I had. But this alcohol was working very nice when I bought it. But then I started having issues, of course. I had to do the maintenance. I did do the full maintenance where I replaced bearings, everything, nozzles, everything on the burner. But then it still was not being kept on. I mean, I was able to hear the whole process. The burner turns on, the pump, and then the ignition, the diesel. But after a while, I was hearing like a very weird noises. I was thinking this has to do something with the board. And also, this version of alcohol does not have any outputs from the user. That means me, where I can see the temperature. Yeah, I was to uh, left with nothing to work with. So I decided to add a PLC. In this case, I use the Click PLC with Ethernet, and that's also was my goal because ultimately I want to use that PLC not only to control the alcohol at the burner, I want to control the whole thing, meaning the bulbs, the pumps from the zones. In front, I want to know the gauges from the diesel, all that stuff. Okay, yeah, now that I give you a recap, this is what I have right now. This is my first page. I am, like I told you, I'm using Ignition in this case. Sorry, I'm using the Click PLC. That's a very affordable PLC. It's like $140 for the CPU with the internet, and then the modules they're not expensive. So I bought a module. It's cost me, I guess, $200, but I do have four Type K thermocouple. So I already use one to connect to the boiler. That's what you're seeing right here. That's my temperature from the boiler. And then I wire everything. Of course, I have to go to the manual from the aqua hot for the burner, get all the pins, and from there I get all these. And right now my PLC is down on the deck where I had the motorhome. I mean the burner. I also had to run a Ethernet cable that goes from here from my switch, goes through the belly underneath, and is now connected underneath, and also got power and the thermocouple, and that's it. Oh, and I also had to make the harness to connect everything to the aquahot. And of course, before doing this, make sure you know the sequence from the alcohol because that's a dangerous thing to do. You're gonna ignite a diesel burner, you're gonna have flames, and if you're not or careful, you may set yourself on fire. So be careful, don't do this if you don't know, have experience working with this stuff. I mean, I didn't, so I had to go through the whole system, see how it works, the sequence and everything, and also I need to monitor it right now. So right now, the system is off. I am running on electric. That is also the reason I'm doing it because electric is too expensive. The diesel is in now is not in auto. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the electric. But see, I had right now 118 and I have it to turn it on at 110. So I got the photo sensor, I got the spark, I got the disable, everything here. Again, add this. If I exceed my attempts to ignite the burner, this thing is gonna trigger and gonna stop. And today is testing, just testing, make sure it is reliable and fires and stops when it should have to. And the first day is gonna have require supervision. That means me making sure I don't set myself on fire. Something I was forgetting is this. So this is burner in auto. If I set it on in auto, I'm gonna have the blower pump on because you need to purge whatever diesel what is left in the chamber, in the combustion chamber. You need to purge it. That is something very important. You need to have the blower on before and after. If you turn off the diesel when it's ignited, and also turn off the blower pump, you're gonna have a lot of smoke inside because all that smoke that is in there, you need to get it out through the exhaust pipe. If you stop the pump, that smoke is gonna come back. I do nothing to or in fire. It happened to me once. That's how I learned. I was so scared. That oh no no, I just need to keep the blower on, because when I turn off the diesel, they still smoke. I mean, there's a little tiny amount of diesel that is still coming out of the diesel nozzle. Of course, that chamber is hot, it's gonna create smoke. So just keep it on. In this in my case, I have it on before 2 minutes, and when it's off, I also have it on for 2 minutes after. If the auto sequence is still on, it's just gonna keep that on. Burner status again. When I set it to on, it's gonna try to ignite, but again, it's gonna wait. If not gonna start right away, if this guy hasn't been run for 2 minutes, the motor is not gonna start. So it's gonna make a sequence. It's gonna try in 2 seconds. I'm gonna have the spark on. I'm gonna have the diesel bulb on. After those 2 seconds, I'm gonna turn off the spark, and then if I get the ignition, I just see the photo sensor on. If that happens, I just keep my diesel bulb. That means I had successfully ignited the burner, and it's fine. And now to stop it, it's gonna stop when it reaches 120, and and in this case, it's gonna start again when it gets below 110. And has 5 attempts. Is in within 5 attempts doesn't ignite, it's gonna stop. And I got 2 minutes between attempts, and then it stops. And this is the temperature for my diesel for my boiler. And as far I like it, because like I told you before, I did not have the specificity. I mean, I can if I want to, I can even turn on one of these, but no, I do not recommend. Has to be in sequence. Do not try to manually turn the diesel bulb because you might leave it open, and you don't want that. And also, something but what I like from this burner is that it's built in safety, because the same blower that runs the all the air out of the exhaust pipe is the one that runs the diesel. I mean, the pump on the diesel. So if you don't have a blower working, no diesel is gonna come out from the nozzle.